Welcome back to SL Chennai Speaks Out Season 2. Do we truly remember and respect our national heroes? This is the final round. These are the slog overs. Third umpire, over to the audience.
Let's take our independence. We had millions of people fighting for it, but yet we remember 20 or 30 people only. So do you think it's more like the attitude right now is, okay, fine, they gave us the freedom, they protected us, whatever. So does a watchman. Do we recognize the watchman's activity? That is the kind of attitude right now that is generated among the youth.
I think it is not individuals who matter. Even the individuals who mattered in the history, this is what we said in the last round, the surname counts, the other things counts, so they become leaders. The values for which they stood for, the principles for which they fought for. I think if that can be imbibed, if that can be an inspiring one to the youngsters, I think that we are remembering the leaders.
If we need something like, to understand where a good eatery is or where the best shop to buy, clothes are, people immediately get onto Google and try to find out where whatever they want is there. So don't you think the same level of enthusiasm doesn't exist in youngsters today to go and Google out and find about our history?
Very good.
That's because I told you that we don't really make it attractive enough to you and we don't make it local enough for you. That is, you are talking about history. Most of us are not interested in history. After Sanjay called me, even I Googled all our heroes. And
Tiger Woods
names,
was the biggest hit on Google when that scandal was on.
Your attitude towards freedom is very different from what it was 2 generations ago, because they were actually in the thick of it. They were under the British. India today, according to me, enjoys too much freedom, but we take it for granted. So, we need to make it relevant to today's generation, to translate what those people stood for into values that you would understand and put to use to your own benefit.
Why is it that our history stops with 1947? We remember Lakshmi Bai, we are taught about Lakshmi Bai, we are taught about Mahatma Gandhi. Why not about the Kargil heroes?
I can tell you that in the places where we have history being taught today, we have a full paper on contemporary India, and in the contemporary India we start with our freedom struggle and bring it to up to date 2007 and 8, and definitely we do talk about Kargil heroes. We talk about all those, it is not only Kargil heroes, the Green Revolution heroes are there, the White Revolution heroes are there. I think this country has to remember in correct proportion, in the right proportion, all leaders who have contributed for the economic growth, the social growth and everything. I think this is being done, and the India on the Move is a very famous book of the NCERT, which also gives the students at the +2 level and at the school level the contemporary picture of India. So, I will not agree with you that it stops with 1947.
Teachers and the school itself is not giving at the utmost importance the history has to be given. And we tend to forget what history is about even during the time when we are in school.
Those who don't get into BCom or economics land up in history, just to add on to her question.
I will not agree with that, because look at Sanjay. Sanjay did BA history.
No, I said honorable exceptions. Yeah, he was my professor.
And every day morning we take up Hindu. Endram studied history. Sainath studied BA history. Shashi Tharoor studied history. I can name a number of them, who studied history. But I fully agree with you that the harm is done at the school level. And I think the harm is done at the school level because at one point of time, the government has encouraged all the teachers with undergraduate degrees to do their PG in history through correspondence. And all of them have done their MA history in correspondence. So, they themselves, not inspired by history by going through the original volumes. And that is the reason why they are not able to teach the history properly, and that is the reason why I think we don't have students who are interested, and teachers who can teach history with passion. I think the damage has been done at the school level, and this has to be rectified.
Today's youth, they have taken freedom for granted, but if we were to give them inspirational, motivational stories passionately about how we got our freedom, about how Gandhi lived, Gandhi's ideals, I think we will be able to develop or inculcate that spirit of...
School studies and college studies are a lot of perspiration rather than inspiration. They are
That
all
is what
cramming.
I want.
They are all cramming. I think we give very little space for the kids.
That is
I
exactly
consider
what
you
it
as a
has to
kid
be.
only. So we give very little space. just not enough space. It's a mug's game.
Dr. Bernard Isami will tell you about subaltern studies, where history is not just the study of kings and queens.
If you take the volumes of Ranajit Gukha on subaltern studies, he brings in all those, who contributed the freedom of this country. Yeah, boatmen who refused to take the British soldiers from one part of the, refused to take them to the other side. His contribution is much more substantial than Gandhi and Nehru and others, Vallabhbhai Patel. The boatman heard, he was looking at, the army was coming, the British army was coming. He was asking them, where you are going? We have to cross the river, go to the other side, and then to quell the rebellion. And this boatman said, I will not take you to the other side. I think these are the people who should be remembered. The Mumbai naval mutiny, the 1857 Great Mutiny. These are the unsung heroes, whose history is much more needed in this country, and that will inspire much more students to study into history with a great interest and also to become very patriotic.
We celebrate birthday, we burst crackers for the heroes who we made, like let it be the actors or whoever. We know recently the current trends.
We pour milk also on their cutouts and hoardings and all that.
We celebrate them, we just make them to the sky, the people who are now. But what about the real heroes who sacrificed their life in the Kargil wars, the real heroes who gave their lives to protect us, for the freedom for us? What about them? We forget them completely because the history is always unrevealed, because we aren't hearing any stories about them. We aren't getting the stories what you people have got. So what do you want to tell about them?
It's not story. My son, when he was a kid, he saw the movie Mahatma Gandhi. So I asked him, he was 5 years, how did he enjoy? He said, they put the wrong guy as Gandhi. They should have put Amitabh Bachchan. He should have whacked them. So I think, you see, the movies are for entertainment. The popular impression is, if you put history in movies, it will become boring. That we have to change, as the other side said, at the school level. And professor also emphasized this point. We should make them interesting for the current generation.
The welcome given for the Jawans and the welcome given for the T20 World Cup, our people were given a welcome just in a normal transport corporation buses, whereas the T20 people were given a chariot welcome.
And the only reason I equated the cricketers to the Kargil heroes is because that's what the general people do. People want to hear more about people like Tendulkar or Bhaji and that mess that happened in Australia. That is what seems to be selling as news today. Not so much as what poor Karkare's wife had to go through. People say, "Arey, this is what, all of us go through this."
How do you expect a illiterate person who has elected somebody and that particular leader is not visiting a Jawan's funeral but going to open a jewelry shop or something? I mean, that clearly shows what's the commitment that the leadership is showing towards our own freedom fighters and other things. And how do we expect a illiterate common man to keep the fire of patriotism still burning under him?
I don't think illiteracy is poverty should be a reason for them to go on voting again and again and again for the same person who has not delivered the goods. Perhaps a reason for this also is that so many of the so-called educated people just don't go and vote. I know what problems I have to get people to come and stand in that sun to vote. Or that they just refuse to come, whether it's their complexion and fair and lovely sales or whatever it is, they don't want to vote. They find some excuse or the other for it. The buck is always passed on to somebody else.
Remember the freedom fighters when we talk about them only during the month of August.
Okay.
Many would know about Gandhi, Nehru, but there are more heroes. Like let me list out Bhagat Singh, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Dadabhai Naoroji, Lala Lajpat Rai. Do the students or the young generation know what they did? Or do they know what was Purna Swaraj, what was Salt March, what was Lahore Resolution, or the Quit India movement? What happened inside that? These things, are they remembered?
It's almost like a question bank. These are short questions.
I don't think that, for a student to remember, everyone, for a citizen to remember, every leader, maybe one or two leaders, and media also plays a major role in projecting some leaders as great leaders. I think the memory is short. I don't think that, one can remember all the leaders. The whole thing what I would insist is, to get that inspiration, we received our freedom, are we keeping it safe? Are we really, are we really a free country? what my duty is, what my rights are. Am I part of the civil society? Civil society leaders are great leaders today. These are the leaders who are doing great work at the local level. In a Kuppam, fisher folk, in a fisher folk village, when a competition was given, write your leader's name. All of them wrote a name of a person, unknown to everyone. And then they asked, who is this person? This is the person who rescued us during the tsunami time. He is a community leader. They did not write Rajinikanth. They did not write Amitabh Bachchan. They did not write Sachin Tendulkar.
They didn't write Vijay also and
Yeah,
Sura.
I think that we are unfortunately, I think we are living in an age where we have to remember only very few and forget others. In my opinion, if a community can remember the leaders who are leading, the whistleblowers, the human rights defenders, these are the people who are playing a great role today, and their life is not secure. These are the modern day heroes and heroines who should be remembered.
எந்த குறிக்கோளுடன் நாம் சுதந்திரம் பெற்றோம் என்பதை இன்று நான் நினைத்தாலும் என் மனது மிகவும் வேதனைப்படுகின்றது. வெள்ளையர்களை இது நான் சொல்லக்கூடாது, ஆனால் சொல்லக்கூடிய நேரம் வந்துவிட்டது. வெள்ளையர்களை வெளியேற்றி இன்று நாம் மிக வேதனையுடன் சொல்கிறேன், கொள்ளையர் கைகளில் இந்த நாட்டை ஒப்படைத்து விட்டோம் என்றுதான் நான் நினைக்கின்றேன். நீங்களும் அதைத்தான் நினைக்கின்றீர்கள்.
Ma'am, I have a question. You said about having Bhagat Singh statue in Chennai. You said it will work out depending on how we will sell it to you people.
No,
We
that's
don't want
because
you
in
politicians to
retaliation
sell
was-
anything, sell our freedom fighters to us, ma'am. We want you to be an inspiration to us so that we can look up to leaders
Sell
like
was just
him.
a marketing word I used. I didn't mean sell I didn't mean sell in the thing of buying and selling. What I told
Yes,
him
ma'am, I
was
got
that
what
he
you
said
said.
that the moment you put up Bhagat Singh here, it will be broken down because local politicians will say he is not from Tamil Nadu.
Absolutely.
And I told him that he has to sell it to the politicians in such a way that they understand that it will go against them if they do something like that.
The Indian Army is fighting in the toughest battleground in the entire world, the Siachen battleground. There are a lot of people who are still not being remembered.
See, the person who comes out of the army comes out of the odd age. Very odd age where he doesn't retire actually. He comes out with this time scale exactly. Now after that, whatever the benefit, basic requirements he is requiring it, do we look after, does it reach him even though government has got many programs?
How many of you believe that we should award this debate to the side that said, yes, we do remember and respect our national heroes? Show of hands. All right. How many of you, okay, this is a no-brainer, but how many of you believe that we should award this debate to the side that said, yes, we don't respect and remember our national heroes? Show of hands. All right, so we'll have to award this debate to the side that said, to Colonel Hariharan and Subba Rao, who said that we don't remember our national heroes. Yes, valid point there. I mean, one odd petrol pump or gas connection, that too after a long struggle running from pillar to post, is not enough. Even an upturned rifle with a helmet on top and the words Amar Jawan written below that, and floral tributes and pious platitudes are not enough for those who gave their tomorrow for our today. Thank you very much for joining us on ASL Chennai Speaks Out Season 2. If you have a comment to make, you can email us to feedback@ndtv-hindu.com. Thank you once again for joining us. We'll catch you next week at the same time.